And like I say, in general, being a leader or being whatever really sucked. Like I say, when I was with Britain or whatever, I find out later on that the council, like one of the council members is attacking this guy, and the other council member is doing this, and this other council member is doing that, and like I said, the council in Britain, like you find out that this council member is blah 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 blah, and that council member is blah 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 blah, and that councilor blah 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 is attacking those other people blah 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 or something like that, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing with my army? Like I owned Britain at one point in time. Like that's why it's called Britain, Briton, or Brittown, Bryantown. I own it. I built it. Blah blah blah. It was really awesome. We built a lot of stone buildings. Blah blah blah. I owned like half the land. That's why there's this one church where they're not part of the country because it's like that's my land. And I was like, and somebody was like blah 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 blah, and I was like, no, that's my building. The fuck you say? I don't pay any taxes because I own you too. So you have no right to tax the land underneath one of my buildings, and you have no right. You know, it's one of those times when they're like blah 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 blah, and I was like, you know, like I say, all these council members, like even Trumpy is like, could be like blah 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 blah, and I'm like, because I'm your creator and I set your laws and I even created you and had you adapted to the way I wanted you to look. And I don't remember hiring you, Trumpy, or letting you even in my government. Who said you could live in my house? Who said you can run my country? Like, I have no idea what Trumpy's been doing, but I'm sure it's not good. Trying to bribe the military, are you? Or are you just trying to rape all the staff members? Oh, Trumpy. You know, I know your bedroom name, right? Actually, I don't know. Maybe his bedroom name. Maybe he changed his bedroom name. Maybe like, oh shit, he knows my bedroom name. It's like, yeah, I used to be in the White House as whatever. I lived it. Now I'm Brian. I'm like, I don't care. Yes, I had exponential existence. Yes, I am the creator of 12 races. Yes, I built half the galaxy and the universe. Yes, I set the rules. Yes, my name is Lucifer White Star. Lucifer Star. Lucifer Star. I only added the white because we had white paint. And it was really cool and really awesome. And so, you know, like I said, I paid a lot of money for white paint to be developed. I paid a lot of money so we could actually have white clothes. And after we had white clothes, you know, perfectly white, even colored clothes. Like I said, cloth, and you know, in the old days, I looked at a lot of the pictures of the old days, and like blotchy clothes, and like you look at the clothes of the old days, blotchy clothes. You look at the people's teeth, and they're all like snaggletooth, like I had them taking pictures of all my people and blah blah, and I see all these people with snaggletooths, and I see all these blotchy, raggedy clothes that look like they're not even wearing. It's like, yep, I own the land of trash. Yep, yeah. So like I say, I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about this. Like I said, I had them taking records and making records so I could see what my people look like and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna have to get this fixed. Yeah, uh, 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 you know. So I just directed people, you know, whichever way you want to look at my existence. Like I saw the pictures of all the people, and like they look like crap, and like like their teeth are all yellow and disgusting. And like I say, if you go back even further, it's like their teeth are like this, and they're all yellow, and it's like I'm like, yeah, why don't we do some white teeth, and can we get them a little straighter? And so like my, you know, and so I just start paying people or directing people to do this stuff, and like So they start working on it, and it takes them a while. But I could have, like I said, I could have done the existence you have with humans. I could have done the existence you have with the 1.5s. I could have done this existence with exoskeletons. Any of my 12 races could have been like, they were all very powerful races. My 1.5s, like I said, my 1.5s very much could be in a spaceship next to the sun, and they could and get out on top and be like, the rays of sunlight. Yes, all those particles eating away at my molecules. It's like being sandblasted. Like I said, being next to the sun, is like actually like being sandblasted, or when you're getting intense, whatever. Like it's pretty. If you actually saw the micro molecules and stuff like that, you would be like, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. You don't really want to be close to the sun. So, anyway, though, but that's beside the point. Like I say, I mean, mostly I just named America and created the Constitution and wanted my people looking good. I wanted them to have straight teeth. I wanted them to have, good looking hair and nice eyebrows, good looking eyes and stuff like that. And like I said, I invented steam power, and I directed my people to use steam power rather than oil. And like I said, while the rest of the world was suffering with whatever dependency, like my steam trains were using wood or oil or whatever, and so it turned out it was more efficient, or at least as equally as efficient as diesel fuel, only easier to do. You could do whatever cast iron or whatever. There's 100 ways you can do steam. So anyway, so it kept the cost down. It wasn't so hard. Everyone else was like, there's not enough oil, there's not enough oil, there's not enough oil. And, meanwhile, we're burning trees, we're burning coal, my people are like, and then I have a whole fleet of sailing boats, which are free, and and so like all these things are happening for everyone else, and I'm just like a loser star, free, and like I said, I didn't really go like other people were going all steam power. We're gonna beat the rush, and I was like, why don't we do sail and steam? I think sail and steam is better because that way to go really fast really isn't all that much more. It's a lot more. You have to put out a lot more and stuff like that. So other people are like trying to beat me, going or trying to do this and do that, and I'm like, I'm not in a hurry. I was in a hurry. So I did sail and steam mostly. And so at first people were like, biggest bell, oh shit, we're running out of fuel. I guess maybe they're in the 150 foot, whatever. People were always trying to beat me or trying to do this or trying to do that. And I'm just like, and like I said, it doesn't cost as much. You only go 8 miles an hour or 16 miles an hour. People are like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, actually, I didn't get those until later. I was sailing steam, and basically just my boats only went about 8 miles an hour at first. I did the propeller in the middle at first, had better steering and all that other stuff, or something like that. I was just cruising. My people were just cruising. So I wasn't trying to be the biggest. I wasn't trying to be the most luxurious. Just later on, I just saved money and saved whatever, and just and just basically cruised. And then later on, way later on, after hundreds of years, then yeah, I'm like, I think I'm gonna sell off all the little guys, because I had all these little yards, and all these other yards, or something like that. So I just sold off a bunch of stuff, or I was just selling ships constantly, but I'm not spending any money because we build the ships. So it's my forest, my wood, and and I have all this stuff just lying around, and because we live cheaply and stuff like that, grow our own food, and I've always stressed self-dependence. And in the old days I was like, you need to depend on yourself. You need to have your own stuff, So I mean, there was a point in time when I was like everyone else. Like I had to like buy things and do this and do that and blah 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 and whatever. But I just didn't do anything all that amazing or anything like. I mean, I invented things and played around with things. I took my time through existence. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Like it all depends. Like I've lived a long ass fucking time. It was only later on when basically, I'm so rich and so powerful because I've just lived this long and I was just that efficient that I'm finally like, okay, let's let the kids have a little fun. Let's go ahead and give the black people. These black people are like, you have oppression, and they're like, what'd you say? you know, and like, there's no way out of that because no one's going to give them a chance. No one's ever going to let them up. All these people like Harvey and all these other people are like, freedom, blah, blah, blah. It's like, they weren't going to give you an inch of freedom. Shut the fuck up. They just use guns and chain you to the floor. You're a fucking idiot. Words never did anything. You needed a hand up. Like I say, you don't understand how existence works. You're like, blah, 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 and your Lord's like, the fuck you said. I don't think I heard that. That's how people are. People that don't got that much, or people that are just like mildly powerful, they're not going to let you up. I'm the one who was like, I was the cool one. I was the one that was like, let's go ahead and help out those people. Let's go ahead and give them some old ships. Let's go ahead, yeah. And I was like, well, I'll loan them some money. And they're like, what? You can't do that. You don't have that. And I'm like, what'd you say? What'd you say to me? You said I couldn't do what? Like I said, the White Star Board, the whole White Star Board, all my board members, everyone underneath my command practically voted against me on certain things. Or at least I only had one other vote that was in my favor. But I'm like, yeah, well, I actually have the cash, so like it's my name. And this one guy is like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, they just run the operation. I'm actually the one who owns everything. And he's like, blah, 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 blah. We'll have you do blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, I'll just fire the whole board. Bye. You're all fired. Goodbye. And that's maybe at some point in time I was like, I'm Lone Star. Because I'm like, you know what? They sucked. About that loan you wanted. Because I'm the cool one. I just had people because the operation was so big that I needed help. So, yeah, mostly I'm just kicking it. Like, I mean, so I'm the one who gave Marcus Garvey or whoever a chance with my steamships. I hired on people. Even the Irish. At one point in time, they're all, we're just yard workers. We don't have blah blah blah. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, your leader sucks. I'm not the sucky leader. I'm not the one that sucks. I'm sorry, your whoever wasn't paying you enough. About that. No, we give raises. You don't have to work in the rain. You don't blah blah blah. We do things a little differently around here. Or I do things a little differently anyway. I'm Lucifer Star, the inventor of steam power and flight and everything else. Like I said, TWA couldn't, or the investors couldn't come up with the money, so I came up with it myself, basically. So, I own all kinds of mining operations and stuff like that, and inventor of blah 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 blah, and it was just really cool. Until people were starving in Germany, and then, like I said, when I saw all those pictures of people starving in Germany, I freaked out because that's my country, or that was my country, or those were my people, or or at least I could do something about it. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Like, still. So I directed my people to go over there and do something about it. They were following orders. You know, at one point in time, the American board or the American council wasn't going to let me give cows to Germany. I was like, they're my cows. So they sent them.